Imagine waking up to a world where the United States abruptly halts all its foreign aid. No military support, no humanitarian assistance, no economic backing. In an instant, nations teetering on the edge could plunge into chaos. Hospitals might shut down, leaving the sick untreated. Economies could collapse, thrusting millions into poverty. And extremist groups might seize the opportunity to rise, destabilizing entire regions. This isn't a dystopian fiction, it's a looming reality. With recent policy shifts, including Executive Order 14,169, the U.S. has initiated a 90-day pause on foreign aid, sparking fears of a global domino effect of crises. In this video, we'll delve into 12 nations that could face catastrophic consequences without American support in 2025. But first, can you guess which country currently receives the most U.S. foreign aid annually? Drop your answers in the comments below. Country number 12, Ukraine. If the United States were to abruptly withdraw its support, Ukraine's situation could become dire. Since Russia's invasion in 2022, the U.S. has provided over $66.5 billion in military aid, including advanced weaponry and training. This support has been crucial in bolstering Ukraine's defense capabilities. Additionally, the U.S. has allocated substantial economic assistance to stabilize Ukraine's economy and support democratic institutions. Without American aid, Ukraine could struggle to maintain its territorial integrity and political stability. The loss of military support would weaken its defense against ongoing threats, while the absence of economic assistance could lead to financial crises and hinder reforms. Moreover, the potential for increased aggression from adversaries could further destabilize the region. The situation underscores the significant impact of U.S. support on Ukraine's resilience and the broader implications for global stability. Country number 11, Israel. Imagine Israel's defense systems suddenly going offline, leaving the nation vulnerable in a volatile region. The United States has been a cornerstone of Israel's security, providing substantial military aid and diplomatic support. This partnership has been crucial in maintaining Israel's qualitative military edge in the Middle East. However, a sudden cessation of U.S. aid could significantly impact Israel's defense capabilities and its ability to respond to regional threats. The loss of strong diplomatic backing from the U.S. could also affect Israel's standing in international forums. The situation underscores the profound implications of U.S. support on Israel's security and the broader stability of the region. Country number 10, Afghanistan. If the United States were to abruptly withdraw its support, Afghanistan's situation could become dire. Since the Taliban's takeover in 2021, the U.S. has been a significant contributor to Afghanistan's humanitarian aid, providing over $3.8 billion in assistance since 2021. This support has been crucial in maintaining essential services, including healthcare, education, and food security. However, recent policy shifts have led to significant cuts in U.S. aid, with the Trump administration reducing foreign assistance by 84%. These cuts have forced the shutdown of life-saving programs, leaving millions of Afghans at greater risk of hunger, illness, and displacement. The loss of U.S. support could exacerbate the humanitarian crisis, leading to increased poverty and reduced access to essential services. Moreover, the vacuum could be exploited by extremist groups, further destabilizing the region. Country number 9, Iraq. If the United States were to abruptly withdraw its support, Iraq's situation could become dire. Since the 2003 invasion, the U.S. has played a significant role in rebuilding Iraq's military and governmental institutions. American aid and military presence have been pivotal in combating insurgent groups and supporting democratic processes. In 2023 alone, the United States provided $150 million in economic development assistance and $114.2 million in humanitarian assistance for Iraq. However, a withdrawal of U.S. support could embolden extremist factions, destabilize the government, and reverse progress made in governance and security. The loss of military aid would weaken Iraq's defense capabilities, making it more vulnerable to insurgent attacks. Additionally, the absence of economic assistance could lead to financial crises and hinder reforms. The situation underscores the significant impact of U.S. support on Iraq's resilience and the broader implications for regional stability. Country number 8. Jordan. If the United States were to abruptly withdraw its support, Jordan's situation could become precarious. The U.S. has been a significant contributor to Jordan's economy, providing over $1.6 billion in annual foreign assistance, which includes military aid and support for refugee programs. This aid has been crucial in maintaining Jordan's stability, especially given its role as a host to millions of refugees from neighboring conflicts. However, recent policy shifts have led to significant cuts in U.S. aid, with the Trump administration reducing foreign assistance by $770 million, impacting key development projects, including a $6 billion water desalination plan. These cuts have forced the shutdown of essential programs, leaving Jordan's economy strained and its public services overwhelmed. The loss of U.S. support could exacerbate these challenges, potentially leading to social unrest and destabilizing the region. Moreover, the vacuum could be exploited by extremist groups, further threatening Jordan's security and the broader Middle East stability. Country number 7. Egypt. If the United States were to abruptly withdraw its support, Egypt's situation could become precarious. Since the 1979 Camp David Accords, the U.S. has provided Egypt with substantial military and economic aid, amounting to over $1.3 billion annually in military assistance alone. This support has been crucial in maintaining Egypt's military capabilities and supporting its economy. The aid also serves as a stabilizing factor in the Egypt-Israel peace treaty, which has been a cornerstone of regional stability for decades. However, recent policy shifts have led to significant cuts in U.S. aid, with the Trump administration reducing foreign assistance by 83%, impacting key development projects and military support. These cuts have forced the shutdown of essential programs, leaving Egypt's economy strained and its public services overwhelmed. The loss of U.S. support could exacerbate these challenges, potentially leading to social unrest and destabilizing the region. Moreover, the vacuum could be exploited by extremist groups, further threatening Egypt's security and the broader Middle East stability. Country number 6. Pakistan. If the United States were to abruptly withdraw its support, Pakistan's situation could become precarious. Since 2001, the U.S. has provided Pakistan with over $33 billion in aid, aimed at supporting its military and economic development, particularly in counterterrorism efforts. This aid has been crucial in maintaining Pakistan's defense capabilities and supporting its economy. The relationship has been complex, with periods of cooperation and tension. However, recent policy shifts have led to significant cuts in U.S. aid, with the Trump administration reducing foreign assistance by $255 million in 2018, impacting key development projects and military support. These cuts have forced the shutdown of essential programs, leaving Pakistan's economy strained and its public services overwhelmed. The loss of U.S. support could exacerbate these challenges, potentially leading to social unrest and destabilizing the region. Moreover, the vacuum could be exploited by extremist groups, further threatening Pakistan's security and the broader South Asian stability. Country number 5. South Korea. If the United States were to abruptly withdraw its support, South Korea's situation could become precarious. The U.S. military presence in South Korea is extensive, including at least 24,234 active-duty soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines, as well as 9 major bases. This support has been crucial in deterring North Korean aggression and maintaining regional stability. However, recent policy shifts have led to significant concerns about the reliability of U.S. support. Former President Donald Trump's transactional approach to foreign policy has pressured allies like South Korea to increase their financial contributions to host U.S. troops, integrating troop cost sharing into tariff negotiations. This uncertainty has prompted South Korea to consider alternative defense strategies, including developing its own nuclear deterrent. The loss of U.S. support could exacerbate these challenges, potentially leading to increased regional instability and a shift in the balance of power in East Asia. Country number 4. Taiwan. Imagine Taiwan as a lone lighthouse in a stormy sea, its beacon of democracy shining amidst turbulent waves. For decades, the United States has been the steadfast keeper of this lighthouse, providing arms sales and political backing to help Taiwan maintain its defensive posture against potential aggression from mainland China. This support is not merely symbolic. It's a cornerstone of Taiwan's security strategy, enabling the island to stand firm in the face of mounting pressures. However, recent shifts in U.S. foreign policy have introduced an element of uncertainty. The current administration's approach, characterized by strategic ambiguity, has left Taiwan navigating uncharted waters, unsure of the extent of future support. Should the U.S. withdraw its support, Taiwan could find itself facing increased pressure from China, potentially leading to escalated tensions or conflict in the region. The absence of American backing might embolden Beijing to assert its claims more aggressively, challenging the delicate balance that has maintained peace across the Taiwan Strait. Moreover, the loss of U.S. support could undermine Taiwan's international standing, making it more vulnerable to diplomatic isolation. In such a scenario, Taiwan would need to bolster its own defense capabilities significantly, a daunting task given the island's limited resources. The stakes are high, and the path forward is fraught with challenges. Yet Taiwan's resilience and commitment to democracy remain unwavering, a testament to its enduring spirit in the face of adversity. Country number 3. Philippines. If the United States were to abruptly withdraw its support, the Philippines' situation could become precarious. The U.S. and the Philippines maintain a robust security alliance underpinned by the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty and the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, EDCA. These agreements facilitate joint military exercises, such as the annual Balikatan drills, which in 2025 involved approximately 14,000 troops from both nations, focusing on maritime and air defense scenarios amid rising tensions in the South China Sea. The U.S. has also provided significant military aid, including the deployment of advanced systems like the Navy Marine Expeditionary Ship Interdiction System, NMESIS, and the Marine Air Defense Integrated System, MEDIS, enhancing the Philippines' coastal defense capabilities. However, a sudden cessation of U.S. support could have profound implications. The Philippines might face challenges in maintaining its defense readiness, particularly in counterterrorism operations and maritime security. The absence of U.S. backing could embolden insurgent groups and external actors, potentially destabilizing the region. Moreover, the loss of joint training opportunities and intelligence sharing could hinder the Philippines' ability to respond effectively to emerging threats. In such a scenario, the Philippines would need to significantly boost its defense spending and capabilities, which could strain its economy and alter the regional power balance. Country number 2. Somalia. If the United States were to abruptly withdraw its support, Somalia's situation could become precarious. The U.S. has been a significant contributor to Somalia's security and humanitarian efforts, particularly in combating al-Shabaab militants. American involvement has been crucial in training Somali forces, providing logistical support, and conducting airstrikes against extremist groups. For instance, the U.S. Africa Command, AFRICOM, has conducted numerous operations in Somalia to support the Somali National Army's engagements against al-Shabaab. Additionally, the U.S. has committed to building military bases for the Somali Army to bolster its capabilities amid ongoing threats. These efforts have been instrumental in maintaining a semblance of stability in the region. However, a sudden cessation of U.S. assistance could have dire consequences. Without American support, Somalia might see a resurgence of extremist groups, leading to increased violence and further humanitarian crises. The loss of training and logistical support could weaken the Somali forces' ability to combat insurgent threats effectively. Moreover, the absence of U.S. humanitarian aid could exacerbate the already dire conditions faced by many Somalis, including food insecurity and displacement. The situation underscores the significant impact of U.S. support on Somalia's stability and the broader implications for regional security. Country number 1. Haiti. If the United States were to abruptly withdraw its support, Haiti's situation could become precarious. The U.S. has been a significant contributor to Haiti's humanitarian and development efforts, particularly in disaster relief, healthcare, and economic development. Since the 2010 earthquake, the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, has allocated about $2.3 billion to help with reconstruction and development in Haiti, focusing on improving health outcomes, economic and food security, and governance and rule of law. USAID has also provided nearly $42 million to help combat cholera, helping to decrease the number of cases requiring hospitalization and reduce the case fatality rate. However, recent policy shifts have led to significant concerns about the reliability of U.S. support. The Trump administration's decision to cut USAID's humanitarian and development assistance to Haiti by nearly 18% in 2017 has impacted key development projects. These cuts have forced the shutdown of essential programs, leaving Haiti's economy strained and its public services overwhelmed. The loss of U.S. support could exacerbate these challenges, potentially leading to social unrest and destabilizing the region. Moreover, the vacuum could be exploited by extremist groups, further threatening Haiti's security and the broader Caribbean stability. These 12 nations illustrate the profound impact of American support on global stability. The US's role extends beyond its borders, influencing the political, economic, and security landscapes of countries worldwide. What do you think would be the global implications if the U.S. adopted a more isolationist policy? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insightful content on global affairs.